Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Sun, Sand, and Waves, the podcast where we talk about fun everyday life in California, one exciting place at a time. I'm your host, Olivia.
And I'm Julian. Hey everyone, it's so great to be back. Olivia, last time we went to Malibu Beach, that was such a wonderful day. The waves, the sun, the fish tacos. I still think about those fish tacos.
Oh my gosh, Julian, me too. Malibu was absolutely beautiful, and we got so many lovely messages from listeners who said they really enjoyed that episode. Some of you even tried the hike we talked about. That makes us so happy.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone who listened and sent messages. You are the reason we keep exploring. And speaking of exploring, today's adventure is a very, very famous place.
That's right. Today we are spending a full day in, can you guess? Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood, California, the land of movies, stars, and dreams.
You know, Olivia, I grew up watching American movies, and I always imagined Hollywood as this magical place where everything was perfect and shiny. Is it really like that?
Well, it's a little different from the movies. It's real life after all. But there is truly something magical about walking the same streets as so many famous actors and directors throughout history. I love it.
All right, so today we are going to share with you some amazing fun facts about Hollywood, the best places to visit, the most delicious food to eat, and the most fun activities to do. It is going to be a great episode.
And remember, this podcast is for people who are learning English. So we speak slowly and clearly, we explain any difficult words, and we always have fun. If you hear a word you don't understand, don't worry. Just listen to the context, the words around it, and you will probably figure it out.
Exactly. Learning English is like exploring a new city. You don't need to understand everything immediately. You just keep walking, keep listening, and eventually things start to make sense. Okay, Olivia, let's go to Hollywood.
Let's go.
Okay, so we always like to start each episode with some fun facts because I think when you know interesting things about a place, it becomes more exciting to visit or even just to imagine visiting.
Absolutely. And Hollywood has some really surprising facts. I learned a few things even I didn't know while doing research for this episode. Julian, do you want to start?
Yes. Okay, so here is one that really surprised me. You know the famous Hollywood sign, the big white letters up in the hills?
Of course, everyone knows the Hollywood sign. It's one of the most photographed signs in the entire world.
Well, did you know that the Hollywood sign was not originally about Hollywood? It was actually an advertisement, a sign to sell houses.
Wait, really?
Yes, in 1923, a real estate developer, that's someone who builds and sells homes, put up a big sign in the hills to advertise a housing development called Hollywood Land. So the sign actually said Hollywood Land with the word land at the end.
Oh, wow, I love that. So, for many years, it was just a sign to sell houses, and then it became one of the most iconic symbols in the world. Amazing how things change.
Right? And the word land was removed in 1949. Each letter of the sign is 45 feet tall. That's about as tall as a four-story building. And the whole sign from side to side is 450 feet long. It is enormous.
I have a fun fact too, Julian. Do you know how the name Hollywood was chosen in the first place?
I'm not sure. Was it because of all the Hollywood trees, like the holly plant?
Actually, that's what a lot of people think. But the real story is different. In the late 1880s, a woman named Daida Wilcox was on a train, a long train ride, and she started talking to a stranger, a person she didn't know.
Oh, like a random conversation with a stranger. I love those.
Me too. So this stranger mentioned her summer home, which she called Hollywood. Daida liked the name so much that she used it for her family's property in California. And so the name Hollywood was born from a casual conversation on a train.
That is such a good story. One train conversation changed the name of the entertainment capital of the world.
It really did. Now, I want to ask our listeners something. Can you repeat these two new words? Ready? Real estate developer. Say it slowly. Real estate developer. A real estate developer is a person or company that builds and sells homes and buildings.
Good practice. Okay, here's my next fun fact. Did you know that Hollywood's very first movie was only 17 minutes long?
Yes, it was called In Old California, made in 1910. Before that, movies were being made in New York. But a filmmaker came to Hollywood because of the sunshine and the variety of landscapes. You could film in the mountains, the desert, and the city all close together.
And now, 100 years later, Hollywood makes some of the biggest movies in the world. Billions of dollars, thousands of people working together. It's extraordinary when you think about how it all started with just a 17-minute film.
Now, let's talk about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Julian, have you ever looked for a specific star when you visited?
Oh, yes, I looked for Michael Jackson's star. I was so excited to find it. The Walk of Fame has over 2,700 stars embedded. That means set into the sidewalk. Each star is made of brass, which is a gold colored metal, and it sits in a pink square on the sidewalk.
And here is a very fun fact about the Walk of Fame. In 1990, on its 30th anniversary, that means it was 30 years old, people buried a time capsule underneath the sidewalk.
A time capsule? I love this concept. A time capsule is a container that people fill with objects from today and then bury so that people in the future can open it and see what life was like.
Exactly. And inside this time capsule, they put Michael Jackson's famous fedora hat and gloves, a script from a classic movie, and a Barbie doll. And the plan is to open it in the year 2060. That's 35 years from now.
Wow, I want to be there when they open it. Olivia, here is one more fun fact. This one is a little bit strange and funny.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
Wild chickens. Yes, listeners, there are wild chickens living under the freeways in Hollywood. Feral chickens. Feral means wild, not controlled by humans. These chickens have been there for over 40 years. No one knows exactly why they are there or how they got there. They just live there doing chicken things under the highway.
I love that. Hollywood is the home of movie stars and wild chickens. It really has everything.
Ha! True. And one final fact that I really love, the very first Academy Awards ceremony, the very first Oscars, happened in 1929. It lasted only 15 minutes, and it was held in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel.
15 minutes. Compare that to today. The Oscars ceremony now is about 3 to 4 hours long. Things change a lot, I guess. Now, we are going to talk about the best places to see in Hollywood. If you are visiting for just one day, this part is very important. You need to choose wisely.
Olivia, where do most visitors go first?
Almost everyone starts on Hollywood Boulevard, the main street. And the first thing you see is the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It is completely free to walk on, which is wonderful. You just walk along the sidewalk and look down at the stars.
I like to play a little game when I walk the Walk of Fame. I try to find the star of someone I love before Olivia does. It becomes a competition.
He is very competitive, but it's a great way to make the experience more fun. And there is even a website, the Walk of Fame directory, where you can search for any celebrity and find out exactly where their star is located on the sidewalk.
Very helpful. Now, right on Hollywood Boulevard, you also have the TCL Chinese Theater. This is one of the most famous movie theaters in the entire world. It opened in 1927, almost 100 years ago.
And what makes the TCL Chinese Theater so special, besides its beautiful design, is what's outside. In front of the theater, there are large squares of concrete. That's the hard gray material used to build sidewalks and roads. And inside these concrete squares, you can see handprints and footprints of famous celebrities.
When a celebrity was very famous, they would press their hands and feet into the wet concrete and then sign their name. So you can see the handprints of people like Marilyn Monroe, Tom Hanks, Johnny Depp, even R2D2 from Star Wars.
I love putting my hand inside the handprints and comparing the size. Some famous people have really small hands and some have very large hands. It's a wonderful connection to the past.
Now, if you want to go somewhere a little different, somewhere that gives you a beautiful view, I highly recommend Griffith Observatory.
Oh, yes. Griffith Observatory is a stunning building on top of a hill. From up there, you can see all of Los Angeles spread out below you. The city, the mountains, the ocean in the distance. And on clear nights, you can look through the telescopes for free.
A telescope is an instrument a tool that makes faraway things look closer. It's used to look at the moon, the stars, and the planets. And Griffith Observatory also has exhibits, that means displays, about space and the universe. Very educational.
And it's also been in many movies. In the classic film Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean, there is a very famous scene filmed right there at Griffith Observatory.
Everything in Hollywood has been in a movie or TV show. That's part of the fun.
Now, for our listeners who love history and movies, the Hollywood Museum is absolutely amazing. It's inside an old building called the Max Factor Building. Max Factor was a famous makeup artist who worked with many Hollywood stars.
The museum has over 10,000 pieces of memorabilia. Remember that vocabulary word? Memorabilia means objects connected to famous people or events. Things like costumes from movies, props, which are objects used on film sets, old photographs, and personal items.
There's even a replica that means a copy of the cell from the movie Silence of the Lambs, the character Hannibal Lecter's prison cell. It's in the basement of the museum and it's a little scary, but very cool.
I am not sure I want to go into that basement.
Oh, come on, Julian. It's just a copy. Ha!
Okay, now let me tell you about one of my personal favorite places in Hollywood, the Hollywood Bowl. The Hollywood Bowl is an outdoor concert venue. That means it's a place for music performances that is open to the sky, not inside a building.
And it's enormous. It holds about 18,000 people. Imagine 18,000 people all sitting together on a hillside, listening to music under the stars. It is one of the most magical experiences you can have in Southern California.
The Beatles performed there, Lady Gaga performed there, the LA Philharmonic, which is a famous classical music orchestra, plays there every summer. And in summer, they also do special events where they play music while a movie plays on a big screen. So you watch a film with a live orchestra. Incredible.
And a very popular thing to do is bring your own picnic dinner to the Hollywood Bowl. You pack your food and drinks, and you eat while you enjoy the music. Very relaxing and romantic.
Now, our last place to mention is for people who love outdoor activity. Runyon Canyon Park is a popular hiking area right in the middle of Hollywood. You can walk up the trails and get amazing views of the city and the Hollywood sign.
Many celebrities go there to exercise with their dogs, so if you're lucky, you might see a famous face on the trail. But even if you don't see any celebrities, the views are absolutely worth the walk. You can also see downtown Los Angeles and on a clear day, even the Pacific Ocean.
All right, now for the part I personally have been waiting for all day, the food. Olivia, are you ready?
Julian is always ready to talk about food.
Always. Okay, everyone, let's talk about food. Hollywood has an amazing food scene, a wide variety of restaurants and food options. You can find food from almost every country in the world. But today we're going to focus on the most unique and interesting food experiences you should have when you visit.
And we'll start with something very California, very American. In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yes, if you visit California and you don't try In-N-Out Burger, I will be personally disappointed.
Ha. In-N-Out is a fast food burger chain. That means a restaurant with multiple locations that serves food quickly. But it's not your average fast food. The burgers are made fresh, never frozen. The fries are made from real potatoes cut right in the restaurant.
And here's the fun part. In-N-Out has a secret menu. A secret menu is a list of food items that the restaurant will make for you, but they are not written on the regular menu. You have to know about them to order them.
The most famous secret menu item is called Animal Style. When you order Animal Style, your burger comes with the meat cooked in mustard, plus grilled onions, which are cooked onions, and extra sauce. It's incredibly delicious. Just say Animal Style when you order, and the workers will know exactly what you mean.
I love the secret menu concept. It makes you feel like you belong, like you know the secret. Now, for a completely different experience, we have to talk about Musso and Frank Grill.
Musso and Frank Grill is a piece of living Hollywood history. It opened in 1919, over 100 years ago, and it has been serving food almost every day since then. The design inside still looks like the 1940s and 1950s. Red leather seats, dark wood walls, waiters in red jackets.
And the list of famous people who have eaten there is extraordinary. Charlie Chaplin, a silent film legend, Marilyn Monroe, Frank Sinatra, even famous writers like F. Scott Fitzgerald and Raymond Chandler used to sit there and write, "You can eat at the same tables."
The food is classic American. The most famous dish is the prime rib. That's a large, juicy cut of beef. And they are famous for their stirred martinis, which are cocktails. If you are an adult and you enjoy cocktails, it's a very special experience.
Now, for something more casual and fun, Pink's Hot Dogs. Pink's has been selling hot dogs on La Brea Avenue since 1939. It started as a small cart on the sidewalk. Now it's a famous Hollywood institution.
An institution means something that has been around for a very long time and is an important part of the community. Pink's is definitely that. And the fun thing about Pink's is that each hot dog is named after a famous person.
There's the Martha Stewart dog. That's a hot dog with relish, onions, bacon, tomatoes, sauerkraut, and sour cream. There are dogs named after TV chefs and famous actors, and the line is always long, sometimes very long, but it moves quickly and it is absolutely worth the wait.
Now, one of the most uniquely American and specifically Los Angeles dishes is chicken and waffles. Julian, have you had this combination?
I had it for the first time here and I was very confused. Chicken is savory, that means salty, not sweet. Waffles are sweet, like a breakfast food with maple syrup. I did not understand how they could go together,
And
and it was one of the greatest things I have ever tasted in my life. The combination of the crunchy, salty fried chicken and the soft, sweet waffle with maple syrup is absolutely magical. Please, listeners, try it. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Hollywood is the most famous place to get this dish.
I knew you would love it. Now, Hollywood also has amazing international food. Because Los Angeles is such a diverse city with people from so many different countries, you can find excellent Thai food, Japanese sushi, French cuisine, Lebanese food, and much more.
One restaurant I would like to mention is Yashimiro. It is perched high above the Hollywood Hills where the dining experience almost feels cinematic.
Before or after your meal, wander through the serene garden courtyard where koi fish, some over 60 years old, glide through tranquil waters, adding a sense of timeless calm to the evening. Steeped in history, Yamashiro, meaning mountain place in Japanese, lives up to its name. This remarkable hilltop mansion, built in 1914, was designed as a replica of a palace from the Yamashiro Mountains near Kyoto. Today, it stands as both a cultural landmark and an unforgettable destination, where history, atmosphere, and flavor come together in one breathtaking setting.
Don't forget about Chateau Marmont. It feels less like going out for a meal and more like stepping into a living piece of Hollywood mythology.
I know, right? Think French-influenced, contemporary California cuisine, but with broader European and international influences.
Elegant classics done right. You know, perfectly cooked steaks, delicate pastas, fresh seafood, and indulgent bites like truffle fries alongside expertly mixed cocktails.
OMG! Is it Friday night yet?
And finally, I have to mention food trucks. Hollywood has some incredible food trucks. A food truck is a large truck that has been converted, that means changed, into a mobile kitchen. They park in different locations around the city and sell food.
Food trucks in LA are famous for being creative and delicious. You can find Korean tacos, a mix of Korean and Mexican flavors, vegan sandwiches, gourmet, that means high quality, grilled cheese, all kinds of creative combinations. They are usually very affordable too.
Okay, I am now very hungry. Olivia, can we eat before we continue?
Ha! After we finish the episode, we still have activities to talk about. All right, everyone, we've talked about amazing facts and places and food. Now let's talk about what to actually do in Hollywood, because Hollywood is not just a place to look at, it's a place to experience.
Absolutely. And the great news is, many of the best activities in Hollywood are free or very affordable. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have an amazing time.
Let's start with the hiking. Julian, you mentioned Runyon Canyon, but there is another very popular hike specifically for seeing the Hollywood sign up close.
Yes, if you want to get as close as possible to the Hollywood sign, you can hike to the top of Mount Lee. One popular trail for this is the Wisdom Tree Trail. From the top, you can see the back of the Hollywood sign and get a view of the whole city.
A few important tips for this hike: wear comfortable shoes, sneakers, or hiking boots. Bring plenty of water because it can get very hot in Los Angeles. Start early in the morning to avoid the heat and the crowds. And please don't climb on the sign itself. It's against the law and it's also very dangerous.
Good advice. Now, one of my absolute favorite things to do in Hollywood is a studio tour. There are 4 major studios in the Hollywood area that offer tours: Paramount Pictures, Warner Brothers, Universal Studios, and Sony Pictures.
A studio tour takes you behind the scenes, behind the cameras and screens, and shows you how movies and TV shows are made. You walk through real working studios, see actual sets. Those are the rooms and locations built for filming. You see props, costumes, and sometimes you might even see a film or TV show being recorded while you're there.
I did the Paramount Pictures tour and I walked down a street that I had seen in dozens of movies. It's strange and wonderful at the same time. You feel like you're inside a movie.
Universal Studios Hollywood is a little different. It's both a studio tour and a theme park. So you can learn about movie making and also ride thrilling roller coasters and attractions based on movies like Harry Potter, Jurassic World, and The Fast and the Furious.
The Harry Potter world at Universal is truly magical. Even if you are an adult, you will feel like a child again. They have recreated, that means rebuilt, the village of Hogsmeade from the Harry Potter books and films. You can drink butterbeer.
Butterbeer is a sweet drink from the Harry Potter world. It's not actually beer, it has no alcohol. It's sweet and creamy and cold, very delicious.
Now, here is an activity that most tourists don't know about. You can attend, that means go to, a live TV show taping. A taping is when a TV show is filmed in front of a live audience. The audience sits in the studio and watches while the actors and the crew make the show.
Jimmy Kimmel Live is a very famous late-night talk show filmed right on Hollywood Boulevard, and they offer free tickets to be in the audience. The tickets are released, made available on a first-come, first-served basis. That means whoever arrives first gets a ticket.
So if you want to do this, plan ahead. Check the website for available dates. Get there early. And you might find yourself sitting in the audience of a famous American TV show, watching it be made live in front of you. Very exciting.
Now, for something a little unusual, and I mean that in a good way, I want to talk about Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
A cemetery? Olivia, that sounds...
I know, but hear me out. Hollywood Forever Cemetery is a beautiful and peaceful place where many famous Golden Age Hollywood stars are buried. Rudolph Valentino, Cecil B. DeMille, Douglas Fairbanks, legends of early cinema.
And it's not dark or scary. It's actually quite beautiful. The grounds are like a park with tall trees and lovely gardens.
And in the summer, they project. That means show. Movies on the wall of a large building in the cemetery. So you bring a blanket and some food, you sit on the grass, and you watch a classic film outdoors with other people. Under the stars, in a beautiful setting, it's called Cinespia. Very romantic and unique.
That actually sounds amazing. I changed my opinion. I want to go.
Ha! I knew you would. Now, let's talk about one more activity, and this one is very fun for people who love celebrities. Celebrity watching.
In Hollywood, you can sometimes see famous people just going about their normal lives, grocery shopping, getting coffee, walking their dogs in Runyon Canyon.
Now, I want to say something important here. If you see a celebrity, please be respectful. Don't run up to them or shout. They are real people, just like you and me. If you want to say hello or ask for a photo, do it politely and calmly. Say something like, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm a big fan. Would you mind taking a photo?" And always accept it gracefully if they say no.
Very good advice. Most celebrities appreciate when fans are kind and respectful. And honestly, even if you never see a single celebrity, Hollywood itself is so interesting and so full of energy and history that you will still have a wonderful time.
One last activity I want to mention: watching the sunset from the Griffith Observatory or from Mulholland Drive. Mulholland Drive is a famous road that runs along the top of the Hollywood Hills. At sunset, the entire city below you turns golden and orange. It's one of the most beautiful things you can see in all of Los Angeles.
So bring someone special, or just bring yourself and a camera and enjoy the view.
Okay, everyone. Now we have a special part of our podcast where we focus on the English language, because this podcast is not just about exploring Southern California, it's also about learning English.
Today, we want to look at some common phrases that are useful for tourists. These are things you might say or hear when you are visiting a new place.
Let's start with asking for directions. Imagine you are on Hollywood Boulevard and you can't find the TCL Chinese Theater. What do you say?
You could say, "Excuse me, could you help me? I'm looking for the TCL Chinese Theater." Or, "I'm sorry to bother you, but could you point me in the right direction?" The phrase "point me in the right direction" is an idiom. It means to help someone find the correct way to go.
An idiom is a phrase where the meaning is different from the individual words. If I say point me in the right direction, I don't literally mean use your finger to point. I mean, please help me find the way.
Another useful phrase, "How far is it?" This asks about distance. How far is the Hollywood sign from here? And the answer might be, "It's about 2 miles," or "It's a 30-minute walk."
At restaurants, you might hear the waiter ask, "Are you ready to order?" This means, "Are you ready to choose your food?" You can say, "Yes, I'll have the animal style burger, please," or "Could I have a few more minutes if you need more time?"
"Could I have" is a very polite way to ask for something in a restaurant, more polite than just saying "I want." "Could I have the chicken and waffles, please?" Sounds polite and natural.
Now let's review some important words from today's episode. Repeat after me. Landmark. A landmark is a famous place that people visit. Hollywood has many landmarks.
Good. Another word. Iconic. Iconic means very famous and recognized everywhere. The Hollywood sign is iconic. The Walk of Fame is iconic.
Memorabilia. That's a longer word. Mem-o-ra-bil-I-A. Memorabilia are objects connected to famous people. A celebrity's signed photo is memorabilia.
And one phrase I love, worth the wait. When something is very good, even though you waited a long time for it, you say it was worth the wait. The line at Pink's Hot Dogs is worth the wait.
Perfect. And one more. Stroll. To stroll means to walk slowly and in a relaxed way. I love to stroll down Hollywood Boulevard and look at all the stars. Strolling is not rushing, it's enjoying the journey.
In English, there are many words for walking. Walk is the general word. Stroll is relaxed and slow. Hike is walking up a hill or mountain. March is walking with strength and purpose. Wander is walking without a specific destination, just going wherever feels right.
Oh, I love that. Wander. I always like to wander in new places. You discover things you never planned to find.
Me too. Okay, let's practice one more thing. How to talk about opinions. In English, we often say, "I think," "I believe," "in my opinion," or "if you ask me." These phrases help you share your view without sounding too strong or absolute.
For example, Julian might say, "In my opinion, the best food in Hollywood is the chicken and waffles at Roscoe's."
And Olivia might say, "If you ask me, nothing beats the historic atmosphere of Musso and Frank Grill."
Both are correct ways to express opinions politely. And note, we don't use these phrases to say facts. We use them to say personal feelings or views. A fact is something true for everyone. An opinion is what you personally think. Well, we have arrived at the end of our Hollywood episode. I don't know about you, Julian, but I am feeling very inspired. I want to go hiking. I want to eat a hot dog at Pink's. I want to watch a movie at the TCL Chinese Theater.
And I want to eat at Roscoe's and get an animal-style burger and find Griffith Observatory and take a studio tour. Honestly, one day is not enough for Hollywood.
You're right, Hollywood deserves several days or many visits over a lifetime. Every time you go, you can explore something new.
Now, let's do a quick review, a short summary of what we talked about today. Remember, repeating information helps you remember it better. This is a great learning technique.
Fun facts. The Hollywood sign originally advertised a housing development called Hollywoodland. The The name Hollywood came from a train conversation. The first movie made there was only 17 minutes long. There are over 2,700 stars on the Walk of Fame. There is a time capsule buried beneath the sidewalk, and wild chickens have lived under the freeways for over 40 years.
Places to see: the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the TCL Chinese Theater, Griffith Observatory, the Hollywood Museum, the Hollywood Bowl, and Runyon Canyon Park.
Foods to eat: In-N-Out Burger, animal style; Musso and Frank Grill for classic American food and history; Pink's Hot Dogs; Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles; Love to Eat for Thai food; and Lantica for Neapolitan pizza.
And activities: hike to the Hollywood sign, take a studio tour, watch a live TV show taping, visit Hollywood Forever Cemetery for outdoor movies, and watch the sunset from Mulholland Drive or Griffith Observatory.
Wonderful review, Julian. Now, for our homework, and yes, we give homework.
Don't worry, it's fun homework.
This week, we want you to write 3 sentences using words from today's episode. Use the word iconic, the word stroll, and the phrase worth the wait. Write your sentences and share them in our community. We read every single one.
And here is a question to think about. If you could visit only one place in Hollywood, just one, which place would you choose and why? Think about it. Say your answer out loud in English. This kind of speaking practice is very powerful for improving your fluency.
Fluency means being able to speak smoothly and naturally without stopping too much. The best way to improve your fluency is simply to speak, even if you make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn. Don't be afraid of them.
So speak, practice, and come back next time when Olivia and I will be exploring another wonderful part of Southern California. Where are we going next, Olivia?
We are keeping it a secret for now, but I will give you a hint. It involves orange blossoms, old Spanish missions, and one of the best weekend markets in California. Can you guess?
Ooh, I love a mystery. Listeners, write your guesses in the community section.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. Learning a language takes courage, time, and a lot of patience with yourself. Be kind to yourself on this journey. Every episode you listen to, every word you learn, every sentence you practice, it all adds up. You are doing amazing.
From me, Julian, and from Olivia, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of yourselves, keep exploring, keep learning, and we will see you next time on Sun, Sand, and Waves.
Bye for now, everyone.